Omarosa Newman got her job as a presidential aide because, well, she had appeared several times on Donald Trump's show, The Apprentice. And just weeks after she was ousted from her White House job, she returned to reality TV, dumping on her former boss on Celebrity Big Brother.
Like, I was haunted by tweets every single day. Like, what is he going to tweet next?
Does anybody say to him, "What are you doing?"
I mean, I tried to be that person, and then all of the people around him attacked me. It was like, keep her away from, don't give her access, don't let her talk to him. And it's like, and vodka's there, Jared's there.
Should we be worried?
Joining us now from New York, Carly Shimkus, a reporter for Fox News 24/7 headlines on Sirius XM. So if you couldn't hear the whispering, she said she's haunted by Donald Trump's tweets, and she also said she wouldn't vote for Trump in a million years. What do you make of Omarosa going off like that?
Well, it is truly a bizarre moment in history when you can turn on your TV and see a former White House staffer sitting in her PJs on a couch, bad-mouthing the President of the United States. But the reality here is really simple. She is trying to stay relevant, and she's, also maybe seeking a little bit of revenge after getting fired. But what Omarosa
you think?
is forgetting,
a little bit of revenge,
yeah,
you think?
Yeah, just a little, to put it lightly. But what she is forgetting is that it's an honor to serve under any president this country elects. So by bad-mouthing the President, she's not hurting his reputation, she's hurting her own.
Well, here's how the White House handled it. Deputy White House Press Secretary Raj Shah.
Omarosa was fired 3 times on The Apprentice, and this was the 4th time we let her go. She had limited contact with the president while here.
Now, look, I get that. Yeah, I think that's called distancing. We barely knew her. I get that she was frustrated in the White House. Nobody could quite figure out what she did there. And the thing is, though, that Donald Trump made her into a national figure. And is the concept of having any bit of loyalty just hopelessly outdated?
Well, I think that the president hired a lot of people based off of loyalty. This one was obviously a big mistake and didn't necessarily take their resume into consideration, meaning he picked the wrong people, which is why there was so much initial turnover among his staffers. But this seems to me like an isolated incident where she was let go, she was angry, and she's trying to get her 15 minutes of fame once again. And she has succeeded on that front.
Right, 15 seconds is more like it. And, look, if she gave a serious interview and said, here are my concerns about the White House, I'm okay with that. But whispering on the couch. Apparently, the strain has gotten to her because there are reports that she was hospitalized during or after the latest taping of Celebrity Big Brother, which I did not know was a thing or was on the air. All right.
Oh, it's a thing.
It's a thing. It's big. It's huge. It's even bigger now. All right.
Yeah.
So let me turn to Jimmy Kimmel now. It's no surprise to people who watch the ABC late night host that he regularly slams President Trump and Republicans. He mounted that campaign to save Obamacare after his son, sadly, was born with heart problems. But now, here's what Kimmel said on the liberal podcast, Pod Save America.
Pretty much every late night talk show host is a liberal.
Go figure.
And that's because it requires a measure of intelligence.
So now Kimmel's just saying conservatives are dumb. I don't know. Is that funny?
Yeah, well, that's a very easy joke to make, of course, in a room filled with liberals. After he made that comment and he was criticized for it, the host of the podcast said on Twitter that that comment was just a joke. I don't think he was kidding. I think he actually believes that. And it does take a level of intelligence to be a talk show host, but that's not why they're all liberal. They're liberal because they're part of Hollywood, and that's kind of the way the cookie crumbles in that part of California.
Yeah, what's so striking is how almost all of the late night hosts and late night comics are anti-Trump because that's the cool thing to do. And, I mean, I like Jimmy Kimmel, and I understand he's made a decision not to appeal to the conservative audience, but I don't know. I just thought that one went, even as a joke, went a little over the line. Carly, great to see you.
Yes, I agree. All right, thank you. Good to see you, too.
Thanks so much for joining us.